Hello and welcome to episode 466 of the Mark and Me podcast. As always, I'm your host Mark. Now joining me on today's episode is the awesome band VENUS GRRRLS. I'm joined by the amazing Grace Kelly and Eliza Lee from the awesome band VENUS GRRRLS. And this was recorded backstage at Download Festival back in June. You might be sitting there thinking, well Mark, it's October, why have you waited till now to release this? It was truly my favourite interview that I did at the whole of Download Festival. So it is worth keeping it back, kind of just taking its time, letting it brew and then releasing it at the right time. And I think now is the right time, because this band are absolutely phenomenal. As you're listening to this, the band are going to be playing in London and Leeds this week. Go and listen to them, go and buy a ticket, go and listen to them on Spotify, buy an album. Do whatever you can to support this band because they're absolutely fucking awesome. I adore them. Listen to the snippet before the interview. Listen to the snippet afterwards. I think you're absolutely going to adore it. And then let me know what you think. So I think the best thing to do right now is to get straight to it. Here is me and the awesome VENUS GRRRLS. So both of you, welcome to the Mark and Me podcast.
Hello, thanks for having us.
It's an absolute pleasure. Now, what I do with all people that come on the podcast, some bands have been on 2 or 3 times, but because this is your first try, first try, that sounds like a trial.
First attempt.
It's a first attempt. What I always like to do is to know, basically when you guys were growing up, do you remember maybe of your pocket money or someone handed you an album, but the first one that you kind of fell in love with that made you fall in love with music?
So I think for me, I remember my dad took me to a record store. I was maybe 11, and I was really starting to like get into sort of slightly different music, and he said, "Oh, you should listen to that album," and it was just a Blondie compilation.
Oh, nice, like a best of.
A best of, yeah. And I was, I saw Debbie Harry and was like, like gasp.
Instant icon, yeah.
And I took that home, and I remember it must have been from the 80s, this, and it had an original poster of her in a Andy
It's probably
Warhol.
worth loads of money now.
Yeah, she was in like an Andy Warhol's Bad t-shirt, and I remember putting it up on my wall and just being like, and just listening to Blondie, and off the back of that Fleetwood Mac, listening to Rumours, I think for me as well.
Huge starting points. Like you picked the big ones.
Yeah. I had some guidance.
Now you're like pointers here, and I'm thinking, how do you top
for
that?
For me, of all things, the B side of Physical Graffiti by Led Zeppelin, which is like the oddest thing to sort of be the intro to them, because I grew up with a lot of classic rock and Rainbow and Alice Cooper and everything, and that's still sort of like my bread and butter, what I listen to really, and Sabbath and things like that. But I remember specifically I was doing my National 5 for all my Scottish people art exam, which I think is like GCSE.
Yeah.
And I had to do this still life, and I was so bored, and it was so sunny outside, and I was like, I'll just pick a CD to paint to so that it's over. And we had, because CD cases, we can all agree, are terribly designed. Yeah. And so Physical Graffiti, disc 1 was missing or shattered or broken, but disc 2 was there. So I put that on, and I'd kind of be getting into the Stones at the time and sort of classic rock things in general. But like tracks like In the Light and Down by the Seaside and In My Time of Dying, which actually might not be on disc 2 now that I think of it, I can't quite remember. But it just really got me into them, and then just became the biggest Zeppelin fan ever, and still am. But I think that was sort of my gateway drug a little bit.
It's a phenomenal one for both of you. I mean, like, you've picked some hard hitters. I normally interview bands and they're like, well, I got this Step CD off my sister.
I mean, I did listen to the Black Eyed Peas back
in the
day.
I mean, look, like,
but I wasn't really bothered about music at that time.
No, I think for me, those albums, were the first moment where I was like, oh, I want to do this.
Totally.
Do you know what I mean?
That was like, hey, I should find an instrument to learn. This music thing's really cool.
And stuff with, talking about Rumours and Blondie, seeing that absolute huge female presence makes it realistic that you can both go and achieve a goal that's like, I want to have my own individuality.
Well, I think
I want to be a frontman. It's realistic.
I think that was it, because a lot of the bands that like were big at the time, a lot of them were quite male heavy, and I think it was like seeing, doing a deep dive into Stevie Nicks and her presence and everything like that, and Debbie Harry and what they were doing at the time they were doing it. It was just, it really I don't know, it struck me in a way that nothing else had quite struck me, I think. And I hadn't even considered that I could be in a band because I hadn't, I think at the time,
Did it not
seen
seem real?
Yeah.
That's fair.
I kind of had the opposite experience because it didn't really occur to me that I couldn't just be Jimmy Page. I didn't.
Why not? I just want to be Jimmy Page.
It didn't really occur to me that wasn't possible. Still hasn't, actually. So
Shouldn't, and never let that change.
No, never
So
let go
what
of
about
the
live
dream.
music? So Green Day was my first gig. I'm
Nice.
43, so it was on their Dookie tour. I'm an
That's
old man.
that's a
That's a
flex.
flex.
That's
That is
a
a good
flex.
one.
They were so good last night.
I didn't see them. We left just
They were
before.
great.
but,
Oh, they were so good.
So fun. I was
So
saying
good.
before I'd forgotten how many of their songs I know all the words to.
You
wasn't
just
it
forget how
wasn't
many
it like a
bangers
best
they
of?
have.
Yeah.
Like every song's like a single.
Yeah.
And you don't realise you know every word to every song.
Yeah,
and you're
same.
like,
I was
"Oh."
surprised.
I
I was
st-
like,
I-
how do
for
I know
some
every
reason-
word?
They resurrected 14-year-old me and I sang every word to Jesus of Suburbia. I was like, I didn't know that was in there.
Full like 20 minutes of it.
I was like, I've got every one, but yeah.
So did you both have a great flex as a first gig, or is it an embarrassing one?
I have a kind of a one.
You do yours. Mine's
Mine's
a bit
not
less
bad.
Cool.
If you
not
said
a
Led Zeppelin for their reunion, I'll be like, what the
no,
hell?
oh my god, I would have
Yeah.
given my liver to be there, but it wasn't a reality. I don't remember it, but my parents took me to Wicker Man Festival when I was 5. So I think the first I saw Arthur Brown as in Crazy World of Arthur Brown, who I really love, and the Blockheads, obviously, sans the late great Ian Dury, but I love Ian Dury and the Blockheads as well. Anyway, so I saw them when I was too small to recall it, but it counts.
What about the one that you do recall then? What's the one where you have visions still that you can hold on to and be like, this was awesome? Even if it's embarrassing. I mean, we mentioned Black Eyed Peas today.
Do you know what? I would love to see the Black
I'd
Eyed
love to
Peas.
see the Black
I
Eyed
would
Peas.
give anything to see the Black Eyed Peas, but I've never
Have you not
seen
heard
them.
that? The secret, instead of Sleep Token, you can go and watch on the
Oh,
other
Black Eyed
stage.
Peas is
Black
so-
Eyed
Get
Peas.
me,
mate, on
get
there.
me
Yeah.
front and center for the Black Eyed Peas. Did I skip? I don't think I skipped college, but me and my friends spent all of our money to go and see AC/DC in Glasgow. And stayed up in McDonald's till 4 a.m. afterwards and just got a bus directly to college. But that was
See, that's a flex.
one of the best days of my life.
That's a wonderful day.
That was the one of
I've
the
never quite achieved it since.
I've never quite felt what I felt at London's Olympic Stadium seeing AC/DC.
And
Just-
McDonald's afterwards.
Yeah.
That, do you know, that was actually harrowing, to be fair. All we could afford was one hot chocolate, and we were both
Oh, what?
getting all
On
the
that,
heat
like,
we could
12-hour
out of it,
coach.
'cause it
Your
was like
sip,
winter.
my sip. Like,
It
that's
was
enough.
Grim. Yeah.
Mine is not as cool as that.
I don't
My
know.
first gig was the Lumineers.
Oh,
Sick.
that's not bad.
When I was 13.
Yeah.
12, 13. And it was at Brixton Academy. It was my first time at Brixton. And I had a blooming great time.
Yeah.
I went with a couple of friends from school. And we went and I sang my little heart out. And then very quickly abandoned listening to them after about a year. But they served their purpose at the time for me and my musical journey.
And it's not embarrassing. I've had people that come in and like, oh, I went to see Aqua. And I'm like,
Oh, but
wow.
that's cool.
Aqua's also.
Yeah.
there's a lot of noughties pop bangers out there.
Look at Venga Boys, look,
Yeah.
respond just in now
Yes.
let's get Aqua next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, Aqua headline when.
When, please.
That'd be
They're
like-
actually the heaviest band ever.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are. Like, no one's quite achieved.
No one's quite achieved.
Everyone's trying, but they're
No,
not
no
achieving.
one will
No.
ever have the cultural significance of Aqua's back catalogue, and
No,
that's okay.
That's fine.
We're okay with it. We've accepted it. And we'll move on. So when was it you both realised that you wanted to actually be in a band and be taken seriously? Because sometimes you say to someone, I want to be in a band, and they're like, yeah, all right, but go and get a real job, go and grow up, and, that's the dream. When's it when you're like, fuck you, I'm actually going to be in a band?
Oh, we can swear. That's good. I've been trying not to swear this whole time.
Why don't we try and make an effort to swear even more
Okay,
then?
all right.
Right,
So
so
when were you in a
Fucking-
fucking band?
Yeah.
I wanted to be in a fucking band since I
Yeah.
was fucking 12 years old, for fuck's
Oh,
sake.
hey, hang on. This is,
do you know what,
there's
though?
young listeners
this,
right now.
The second I started playing guitar, though, I was like, I want to do this as a job forever. And again, it does come back, I feel like a stock record in interviews, but Zeppelin have meant so much to me in my personal journey with music, and learning from watching all the live DVDs that my dad had. And I remember specifically, even though I got into them through Physical Graffiti, when I saw Jimmy Page playing the solo to Since I've Been Loving You in the live recording of the Madison Square Garden.
Oh, wonderful.
I think that was the first time I'd kind of consciously been aware and noticed a guitar player really playing the guitar, you know?
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's just what I have to do forever. And then I've just been really stubborn because I often get this question about, did you ever have doubts and stuff? I'm just like, I physically don't think I could do anything
I
else.
was just going to say, like, when I think about
I have no other skills.
I'm like, yes, it would be
That's
nice.
the best way to be.
It would be nice to earn more money than we do.
It'd be nice to be able to eat.
Yeah, but it's
know?
like, I know that the second I try and do a 9 to 5, I'm fucked.
It would
like,
kill me.
It
Yeah.
would.
I say that I've done it before.
Yeah,
It would, yeah.
But like, I'm very much. I've never actually. I don't know if it's just because I'm clinically insane, but like, I just have always thought, yes, I'm doing music.
Yeah,
I think
there's
that's the
not
way you
been
should.
another-
With the podcast, I've had to go and earn actually to pay the bills.
Yeah.
So I do other jobs, but I'm always like, well, I'm giving everything to the podcast because if I don't, then it's just a hobby.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not going to ever be
But
something
then, there's a lot to be said, I think, in how hard it is to be a working class musician. It's really tough. because
Well, especially now.
now,
Yeah.
I mean, which I think there's such a lack of understanding, not through anyone's fault, but I think the general public, there's still a very kind of 1980s centric idea of what the music industry is.
Yeah.
And you do get a lot of things like, why can't you just make an album? And you're like,
You've not put enough effort
let's
in.
unpack the,
Yeah.
however many thousands of pounds
It
that
takes,
would cost
yeah.
to do. So it can be a little bit frustrating, just because until you're in it, you don't know. Why would you know?
Yeah.
So it can be frustrating at times when there's a lack of understanding of why you maybe haven't been able to make certain moves or do certain things.
Why are you not doing a world tour on a tour?
Yeah,
bus
you should go
supporting-
and play in America.
Yeah,
It's like,
why
who's
haven't you
paying
tried
for
that?
it?
They
Who's
might
paying?
like you,
Who
yeah.
is buying my flight? I've eaten beans for a week.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. You're
know,
not supporting AC/DC at Wembley. Why?
You should email them
know.
and see if
yeah.
they get your
yeah, why
Yeah.
don't you just call them up?
Yeah. Hello@acdc.com.
AC/DC.
Yeah,
This
at
is our
AC/DC.
demo.
AC/DC, take us on tour.
Oh, that thing, just send your demos into a record company. Those were truly the days, and we ain't in them.
No.
So, we're unfortunately in a position where the majority of people have to have a vast amount of personal private wealth to invest in themselves because
Yeah.
people don't take those risks and make investments early on in people's grassroots careers. It's
To
really hard.
facilitate it, yeah.
And that's why we're, not sitting here and we're, unfortunately not 16.
No.
We've been at this for a long time.
Yeah.
But you'll still continue to be at it a long time because
Absolutely.
it's what you know, it's what
I
you
will
love.
never do anything else on the
No.
record.
No,
Never.
ever.
What happens if I go into a Subway one day and you're serving
I'm
me and
there
I'm
and
like, can I have
Oh.
extra lettuce on my sub, please? Hang on, you told me you'd never do anything else. And you're like, would you
No,
like it
my
cheese and
instead
toasted?
Instead of, maybe
Yeah,
not as
as
well.
well as, yeah.
My only other option is crime.
Yeah.
That is the only other thing I'm willing to do
The problem
is
is with crime, it's quite short-lived.
But
like,
you get
if you're
fed
good at
in
it,
prison.
Yeah, and it's
Do you know what I
warm.
mean? You get a couple square yeah, it's this or jail.
And looking where we are now, I think this would probably be about the size of a prison cell.
I'm all right.
It's
That's
all
about
right.
the
Look,
size of my
I'm
flat,
quite
mate.
comfortable. I can kind of stretch.
Yeah,
and-
stretch your legs.
Yeah.
you can
Sorry,
stretch.
no.
It's warm.
Yeah, those are the two options in my mind, really.
How's looking at the poster of Download, seeing your name on it with bands like Sleep Token, Green Day, who we've mentioned today? Is it a real
Kind-
pinch me moment? Are you
Yeah,
like, this
I
is-
was buzzing when I found out we were on Sleep Token Day. I'm a big
Yeah.
Sleep Token fan, so I was like, oh my god. So yeah, really, really like surreal, really.
It's totally surreal. And like, there's so many bands this year. Like Opeth, I was so stoked to see them. Meshuggah, I'm really excited to see Kitty.
Kitty, yeah. Oh my god.
Who are so underrated. So.
Yeah.
I've tried to get Kitty
people-
on this podcast this weekend, and they're like one of the most demand bands. I'm like, what?
I'm so glad they've come back. People do not sing their praises nearly enough because when you're talking about the story of female bands, you hear about your Blondie and your Hole and
Yeah.
whatever. Kitty, man, they were
Phenomenal.
so
Yeah.
heavy. Like they are. So
I used to listen to
cool.
Kitty, My Ruin back in the day,
Yeah.
which were absolutely unbelievable. And it was like that kind of like, there's actually a bit darker and deeper stuff out there if you
Yeah.
explore. Don't go for the big fancy lights. Go and
Yeah.
look a bit further because you'll
Yeah.
find those bands.
I mean, when you see the videos like Kitty live at Ozfest back in the day, was it
Phenomenal.
2000 or something? And they are just so heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unreal. They're a great band.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
I'm
to see 'em.
really excited to see them. Really.
When are they playing?
Today at
6, is it?
6:25,
Right, we're going
I
to catch
think.
a bit of Kitty, I think.
So
That'd
if
be
anybody
amazing.
would like to see me in the pit, I will be there.
Shaking my ass.
Shaking.
And
my
what's the rest of the year looking like for you guys?
We got
New
some-
music, album tour, why not playing Wembley? You know, all the usual.
No, we got 2,000 trees next month. So that's
I'm
exciting.
there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
and I'm doing a live podcast with Coed in Cambria, so come and say hello.
Oh, we
cool.
will.
I'm
We
looking
will.
forward to seeing them, actually.
Yeah, they're gonna be cool.
We got trees, and then we're on tour in October,
Nice.
UK and Ireland, and we've just been in the studio actually with Max Hellier from You Me at 6,
Wow.
and we've got 3 new demos. Sort of, we're sort of figuring out.
Yeah,
It's
in
all
the works.
happening.
Plan.
Yeah.
But we're definitely in album writing mode at this point. We're trying to figure out what a debut is going to sound like, and sort of what story we want it to tell, and so we're very much in that
Totally,
in
yeah.
that
There's a
realm
lot
at
of
the moment.
pressure, isn't there, when it's your first release, as in like official big album
I
debut? Because
suppose so, but also I think we've been having a lot of fun with it, because obviously you're sort of bound by doing singles for a long time for various
you
reasons.
can get locked in single mode, can't
And
you?
there's so much else we want to do, and there's so much more to say, so much more to write, and it's great writing a single. It is,
Yeah.
but we're really excited to do the other stuff
And
too.
to just have a bit more freedom to sort of do some weird shit,
Yeah, and a song that's a little bit longer, and maybe wouldn't be, the first thing.
there should be no
on
restraints. You
airplay.
should be able to do what you want
Yeah.
and make sure that you feel it's authentic. The
Yeah.
last thing you want is, can you just trim 2 choruses off that and make it 3 minutes? Like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
hang on.
we want this to be 7 minutes long.
11 minutes for your first single, yeah.
Actually, the
Why not?
album we're working on is mainly 20-minute prog epics.
Nice.
So you can expect
The
more.
The 3-hour Tool tribute album is out in September.
Yeah, by Venus GRRRLS.
Be
Yes.
there.
What I
This
do
is
on
the
this
official album announcement.
This is going to be interesting because most of the weekend I've had one-on-one interviews, and because there's 2 of you, what I normally do is ask the guests to pick a song that means a lot to them, and then when this goes out, we'll have Venus GRRRLS play, we'll have our interview, and then a song plays.
Yeah.
So is there a song that each of you absolutely adore in the history of music?
Yeah.
Might be Led Zeppelin already, I'm probably thinking.
It will, but then I feel like that's boring now
It's a
because
bit
I've
obvious,
gone on
'cause
about
people
them
are like,
too much.
she's going to pick Led Zeppelin, so we could throw it off
Yeah,
and do
no,
something
I can
else.
throw it off.
But is there something that means a lot to you? If you could agree, that'd be amazing. So
Oh,
we can
Agree.
If we
Well,
can
the
agree.
common ground is mainly goth music or Stevie Nicks,
Yeah.
Fleetwood Mac, because we both
I mean,
Absolutely.
Dreams is like one of
Dreams
one
is
of my absolute
I love
ever
that song
favourite
as
songs
well.
of all
pretty
time.
pretty up there.
Or Edge of 17.
Or Edge of 17.
Room on Fire, I love.
I
as
think
well.
Dreams is a bit obvious when
I
someone
know
listens.
that.
Yeah,
I was
very,
racking
very
my
It's like,
brain
I like
there for
Nirvana,
like
Smells Like Teen
a
Spirit.
deeper but then, right, here's a soapbox moment here. I kind of don't like when people are like, of course you picked Stairway. There's a reason it's the best
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Dreams.
So,
I'm
do you
like,
know what I mean?
one
It's
of the
like
best songs ever written.
sometimes the overplayed song is just
is
the
worth
best
it.
one.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid of picking the overplayed.
No.
Let's pick Dreams.
Have you
There we
seen
go.
Wayne's World?
Yes,
Yeah.
I
So
have.
I want to now go Stairway.
Yeah,
Denied.
but fun fact, that's actually a joke about them getting denied the rights to play it because it's really hard to let Peter Grant do it. When have you ever heard question for the audience, when have you ever heard Stairway to Heaven played in public?
Never.
No.
Never. It's fake news. Play Stairway in public.
Not many bands
More.
now get, like Led Zeppelin, get on films, but Cameron Crowe, Almost Famous.
I love that film.
I wanted to say, but I
love
didn't want you to
that
get pissed
film.
off, but I was like, you're giving me massive vibes of Kate Hudson in that film.
Oh my god, thank you.
I was looking at you
absolute
thinking
girl
like,
crush.
this is very Penny Lane.
Good.
But I didn't want you to be
because-
like, I've had that before,
no,
fuck off.
no, she's a style icon. I'm
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
pleased to
she's
hear that.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's all happening.
Oh, that
Hey.
film is just
Masterpiece.
That film means a lot to me.
Probably one of my favourite, people
It's-
say what's the best film ever made? Jaws. It is.
Automatically
It is.
Jaws.
Sharknado.
No, actually, you're wrong. It's Twilight.
It is Twilight, actually.
Twilight is objectively the best
I
film
really
that's ever
do
been made.
like the song by Paramore from that. I do.
Decode, yeah.
Decode is an absolute great tune.
It's because
but
Twilight is the best film that's
Twilight's-
ever been
this
made.
Twilight
interview was
is
going
the
so
pinnacle
well.
of
I was like, I
cinematic
really like
genius.
these girls,
Listen,
and now I'm like,
listen, you
And
cannot
literature.
ever underestimate the power of Twilight to a
no.
teenage
Do you know
girl.
what? Until
is-
you've been a 14-year-old girl reading Twilight,
Yeah.
that's just an
And
experience.
seeing
like,
Edward
you-
Cullen for the first time, it's just you can't ever touch it.
You'll never know how that feels, and
I can
I feel
never.
bad
I
for
can't.
you.
I
I'm
can't.
so sorry. You'll never know what
Yeah.
that's like, but it's a visceral, spiritual.
experience.
Experience.
Yeah. I was never
But-
the same after.
I was never the same.
Almost Famous, getting to see that live.
Almost Famous is like, yeah,
That's the dream.
that is the dream. I love that film.
So what song are we going with? I forgot.
Let's go with Dreams.
We'll do Dreams.
Yeah,
Like,
why
you
not?
know, yeah, it's just objectively an incredible song.
It's objectively an incredible, incredible, incredible song.
And
We
you're
love
sticking
it.
around now, watching Sleep Token tonight.
Oh,
watching
yes.
Shine Down.
I'm going to watch Cradle of Filth. You're going
Nice.
I'm
to
going
watch
to watch Sleep
Token.
Token.
Hey, here tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes, I'm going to be in the pit from a sugar, catch these
With
hands.
Sugar, unbelievable.
can't wait.
Are you going to see Korn?
Yeah,
I'm gonna see Korn.
I really do like. I wouldn't say I'm like a hardcore listener.
Nice.
That was
but I'm
horrific.
That was almost as bad
thank
as
you.
Twilight.
Listen, I'm not
Come
here
on.
for the Twilight
I'm
slander.
all right.
Here.
You're fighting.
Here.
No, but they're a band I absolutely would love to see live.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Municipal Waste. They're on tomorrow,
There's
right?
loads.
I really fancy seeing them. Wave of Death, man.
Jerry
yeah.
Cottrell.
Jerry Cantor.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna see him.
yeah,
He was on
he's-
Mark and Me a couple of weeks ago. True fact, in 9 years, my most downloaded episode of all time, Jerry.
Yeah, I mean, my boyfriend's a massive Alice in Chains fan, so he's absolutely probably listened to that. But
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see.
Tell him to listen to it. Hit subscribe.
I'm sure I'll
Mark
do the
and
plug
me.
and don't worry.
Right, we're getting told we need to wrap up.
Sorry.
It's been lovely to have you on. I
Thanks
feel
for
like we
having
could talk
us.
for hours, genuinely. I'm like, let's,
We like a good
like when,
gab.
when they're telling me
We
there's
do
1
love
or
a
2
gab.
minutes left, I'm like,
Oh,
I know, but I have more shite to say.
When the album's finished and ready, I'll speak to Siobhan and we'll do a longer episode.
Sounds great.
Absolutely.
And in the meantime,
And I could talk about Twilight.
I'll watch Twilight.
It's actually a Twilight
I'll
concept
watch it.
album.
How many films are there? 3, 4?
Not
Five?
enough.
Fuck that.
Not enough.
I'll watch the first one.
Do you know what? Really,
I'll
you
let
should
you
read
know-
the books.
and then
Read the book.
Read the
books
book.
are
I
best.
haven't got time.
Read Twilight, man. What are you
Audiobook.
Everyone
doing?
should have time for Twilight.
No, they shouldn't.
Yes,
Come on,
they
read
should.
Twilight. How old did you say you were?
I will be 50 by the time I read them.
Well, then you need to read
There
Twilight.
you go. Read Twilight.
You can be a
If a
baby girl.
50-year-old is caught with a Twilight book,
Then people
he's
will
a-
I
say,
would be like,
people will be like, wow,
green
that's really
flag.
brave.
Put them
That's
in
really
prison.
brave.
Flag.
No.
No.
Green flag.
Green flag.
Nonce.
Green
Absolute
flag.
nonce.
No.
Yes.
Green flag.
No, you
Bang
can't.
him up in prison.
No, they'll be like, do you know what?
You're
That
reading
is
this
so
all
brave.
wrong. You're reading
And
so brave.
Why are you in prison? You said crime's the future.
that's the
Not
book.
for
That's
Ben
the
and
book I'm
nonce.
taking to jail. To
Yeah.
be fair,
What are you in for? Murder, what are you in for? Twilight at
Twilight.
50. Oh, me too.
it's all right. We'll be on the
Tragic.
same. It's not a ward, is it? Oh, I wouldn't last a day in
A
prison.
ward. What ward are you on?
Yeah, it's a special kind of
murder
prison I'm
ward.
off to.
All right, by the next time I see you, I'll watch the first one.
I
And
will
I'll
hold
tell you
you
if
to
I'm
all
Team
right.
Edward or Team...
Jacob. But you
Jacob.
have
Right.
to
Well,
be
one
Team
of the
Edward.
answers is correct,
Yeah.
and it's Team Edward.
Imagine I come to you and I'm like, I'm not Edward.
I'd be like, well,
We'll be
now-
like,
Jacob.
now
right,
you're a
great.
red
Let's
flag.
never speak.
Ever again.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasant experience. I
Yeah.
felt it was going
That's
really well.
not at all
I
hostile,
absolutely
right?
loved it. And the last 2
We're
minutes
just
was
a
like...
treat.
But it's been the most memorable interview of the weekend.
Hey!
And that's
hey.
important.
Probably not.
Should we do a photo to prove
Let's
that
do
we
it.
ended
Yes,
it
let's
before
do
I
it.
go to prison?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lovely,
Before you
thank
read
you.
Twilight.
Before
Yes.
you read Twilight and go to
Oh
jail.
my God. So there's my interview with the awesome, and I mean it, truly awesome Venus Girls, a band that are going to get bigger and better, and I can't wait to see where they go next because they're just phenomenal. Go and listen to the new single that's out now called Ivy Tree. You're going to absolutely adore it. Like I said, support this band because I just love them. And even though we didn't agree on Twilight, there was something really magical about this interview, really funny, and that's why I've kept it back. They had a great summer. I saw them at 2000 Trees, a download. They were so good, and I urge you all to go and check them out after today's interview. Thanks everyone for listening. I really appreciate it as always. You know your support is absolutely incredible. So to keep the podcast going, if you can share this episode on your socials like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, it really does mean the world to me. And I love seeing more and more people doing it each and every week. I do have a Patreon account that keeps the lights going. It keeps the heating on. And I do really appreciate any support that comes via Patreon. And you can do that by literally signing up. Go to markandme.com. Click the link, and for £1 a month you can support this podcast, and that all goes right back in to making more episodes for you guys at home. So it really does mean the absolute world to me. Also, I want to give a shout out to the two sponsors of Mark and Me, Richer Sounds first. They're incredible. If you want to get yourself some new speakers to listen to a band like this, go on richersounds.com or visit any of their high street stores. And Vice Press. These guys, if you want a poster for an incredible film that's licensed by the best artists in the world, head over to vicepress.com, add anything to the basket and save yourself 10% off by using the discount code MarkandMe10. Right guys, I'm going to love you and leave you because it's going to be an absolutely insane couple of weeks coming up with some huge guests. But in the meantime, please keep sharing the episodes, look after yourself, and I'll speak to you all very soon.
what you